right, now that I've lost everybody else. Right. All right, please. I hope that's Jimmy that came back. Jimmy's my number one fan right now, and I really, really appreciate him. Unfortunately, I can't see who's watching. Oh, good. Thank you, Jimmy. Sorry, I don't know what the heck happened there. Just trying to figure out how to do this. All right. Screen share. Live. Probably is not going to be a thing, but we're going to try it. Hold on, I think I figured this out, guys. This is good. This is good. All right, we're live streaming right now. Okay. I don't know what's going on exactly, but now we're cooking. I don't want to manage anything. Okay. Edit. Nope, that's not a thing either. All right, well, I guess I'm just going to, me and you, Jimmy. It's just me and you taking on the world. Oh, this is really delayed. I love it. It's so crazy. All right. So, Jimmy, you're going to get the good scoop. All right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go over with, I can't screen share with you, but what I can do is I'm going to walk you through exactly how I process this data and why I process this data the way that I do. Because I don't really give a crap about views. All I care about is that apes want to learn and that I can share this knowledge with apes. That's the most important thing. All right, so the very first thing I do in the morning is I get up. I open up my beautiful Excel spreadsheets. But I go to NASDAQ as well. Actually, here's what I'm going to do, Jimmy. I am going to screen record this. It will not let me do that because I am on YouTube Live, I believe. Okay, hold on. If this lets me record this, I'm going to be shocked. But we're going to give it a shot. I'm going to give it a shot. Jimmy, you still there? Oh, heck yeah. Okay, so we're going to go to NASDAQ, very first thing. I'm going to do this right along with you. I am recording my screen right now, which is very, very helpful because I'm going to post this afterwards because this is going to be a walkthrough. Okay, so what I do is when you're on NASDAQ, Jimmy, just give me a thumbs up. That way I know I'm not losing you. When you get to NASDAQ in the upper right hand corner, there's going to be a search bar. Just type in AMC. So what's up, Tiago? We're going to do a little walkthrough how Onyx finds all its data. So if you want to join in on this, just follow along. I cannot figure out how to share my screen on YouTube because my streaming software is not working. So I am screen recording this and doing this live for you guys and whoever else is on here. So if everybody wants to catch up, we're on NASDAQ. Just go to NASDAQ.com and there's a search bar at the top right. You're going to type in AMC. Okay. Jimmy, I'm just going to assume that you're hanging out still and you're on the right spot. So once you click on AMC, you're going to go down to on the left side of the screen. You're going to see, real-time, aftermarket, pre-market charts, all that stuff. And then you're going to see towards the bottom of the screen it says dividend history all the way through revenue EPS. We're going to go to options chain. Click on that right there. And it's going to pull up a screen. Okay, when it pulls up the options chain screen, you're going to see a bunch of short charts. They're not detailed, not very detailed. You're going to see moneyness. You're going to click on that. You're going to go down to all moneyness. You want to keep the calls and the puts. You can keep everything the same. So then you should have you should see July 9th at the top, and then you should see a long list with all this data. Since it's no longer the 9th of July, we're going to go to page 2. And we have the week of July 16th. So this is the very fundamental of Onyx right here. This is the bare bones of what Onyx does. Is it simply extracts this data through. I'm just going to show you how I would have you guys do it right now. I'm just going to copy that data. Going to paste it into a spreadsheet. Simple as that. At any time, Jimmy, you can. Felix, yes, I'm waiting for you. You're good. Jimmy, at any time, you just stop me and let me know if you have any questions. Same with you, Felix. Felix, you're going to search for AMC, click on it, and then you should have AMC pull up. It'll pull up like a summary. On the left side, there's a menu. You're going to go down to options chain. And then you're going to have you'll see there's some drop-down menus, and go to moneyness and click on it, and then go down to all moneyness. And then you're going to go to page 2. That's currently where we are. And then you'll see July 16th. And then you could just simply copy and paste. We're going to copy that data and paste it into an Excel spreadsheet. And we're going to do that with all the way through the 16th of July. Now, I want you guys to think about this. I used to do this by hand every day. We've gone a little more advanced, which is nice, but I used to do this every single day. Go through and extract the data by hand. This is giving you guys the opportunity to see exactly what Onyx is, why we use Onyx, what Onyx does for us. and why it's important that we have Onyx. Hell no to doing this all by hand, Jimmy. We haven't even touched the tip of the iceberg. This is the easy stuff, just tracking options. Wait till I show you the other stuff that I had to hand enter. You guys are gonna think I'm crazy. All moneyness. And then you're just gonna go to page 2, Tiago, and then you're gonna just copy and paste that chart and drop it into an Excel spreadsheet, and we're gonna start to. This is really the data extraction phase. There is no, we haven't done any calculations. We haven't done any of that. But I am just walking everybody through how Onyx gets its data and why it's important. Bro, I'm about to subscribe this channel for good. Please, I don't know why you wouldn't. If you don't follow me on Twitter, Tiago, man. Oh, bro, trust me, Jimmy, my wife is the same way. That's why I have to wake up at 3 a.m., 3 a.m. as I do this all, not during family time. Oh, perfect, Tiago. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't subscribe to the YouTube channel, man. I drop stuff all the time. Not to mention, I do podcasts as well, so I'm hitting you on all different sides. Okay, so delete that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a picture, or I'm going to take a little screen recording. This is going to be really stupid, and I apologize to you guys, but I'm going to take a recording with my phone real quick, and then I'm going to show you through the webcam what the chart looks like. And that way you guys can make sure we're on the same page here. Because I want you guys to know for sure that thank you. I can't wait for this to take over Ortex either. I want you guys to show, like, all of my data is transparent. I hide absolutely nothing. Like, I am not scared to literally show you how to do this step by step. And, I wish that we didn't have a need for Onyx. All right. So I'm just going to retake a quick video here. Scrolling up. I have all the way through the 30th of July. So I have this entire month covered. See. Okay, I'm gonna show that to you guys. This is so weird, but it works, right? It's not weird. Okay, so I have it all. It's all neatly laid out. Okay, so that's just the raw data for the calls on AMC. I'm only going to do AMC right now. Obviously, I process other stocks, and I always have been. I've been tracking Tesla, GME, Clove, Microvision, BlackBerry, Nokia. I'm tracking the ape stocks. So we go through all that. Okay. Now another thing we're going to look into on NASDAQ. So people want to talk about how transparency doesn't exist in the stock market. I'm going to show you transparency at its finest. So just through NASDAQ. Okay. Now, mind you, AMC is not a NASDAQ, or is not listed. It's not IPO'd through NASDAQ. That's not where it's truly listed. It's truly listed through the New York Stock Exchange. So we're not going to be able to see things like short interest or a couple of their little tidbits. So for those that are on here, I want you guys to go to real time real quick. Okay. It's in the top. It's in one of the top. It's under quotes in the menu. Then you're gonna see last 5 retail real-time trades. Okay, you're going to click on that button. And then it says select time range to see more trades. This is right where the crazy part is, Jimmy. 9:30 to 9:59. As you can see, there's 861 transactions that pages worth of transactions that took place in a 30-minute time window. Onyx extracts all that, and I used to extract that all by hand. Somebody give me a thumbs up that they're tracking in the chat bar, so that way I know I can keep rocking. Tiago, how do I export? So I originally wrote a script and web scraped it, but then I got in touch with NASDAQ. They have the ability. So like Webull, obviously has the real-time data. So I actually had to pay for that out of pocket. So it automatically extracts that for me now. It used to not. Can somebody give me like a thumbs up, a yes, or some sort of emoji that says, "Hey, we are on the latest real-time trades from 9:30 to 9:59." Here, I'll make it easy on you guys. I'm going to copy and paste. Haha. The beauty of copy and paste. This is the spot we're at right now. For those that have not caught up, or those that want to catch up and get to the point where we're at this point right here. All right, I'm going to let everybody catch up just 1 second. I'm going to go grab my coffee and bring it over here. Hopefully somebody can tell me that they've caught up. We really hate to just keep plowing ahead and lose somebody that wants to actually follow. All right, well, I guess I'm going to keep trucking, guys. Okay. So when you're on the real-time trades, that 9:30 to 9:59, like I said, I think I remember correctly here. I'll give you an answer right now. There is 20 timestamps per page. Yeah, so there's 20 transactions covered per page on NASDAQ. So, simple math would tell us that to figure out how many actual transactions took place in that amount of time, you would go 861 times 20, and it's about 17,220. Now, we don't know what that last page looks like, but that's if it's a full 20 or not, it probably is not. But there's roughly around 17,000 transactions that take place in that half-hour period. Welcome to the people who don't know where I'm at in this. We are on NASDAQ going through how Onyx gets its data. If you ever have at any point, if you have any questions, what Onyx is, how it works, where it gets its information from, why it's important to apes, please, this is a Q&A session. It's important to ask. If you don't ask, I can't answer. So don't be shy. Let's continue that transparency that I have promised, to you guys that Onyx is. I have nothing to hide. There's no magic. There's no magic. I mean, it's all simple data analysis that I've just stumbled upon. Okay, so we've gone down to 5 viewers. That's okay. I hope Jimmy's still here and Tiago's still here. Jimmy's been my boy from the beginning. So, anyways, so if you want to yourself see if there's any manipulation in a certain time window, all you would do is go to, the times that you want. So let's say you see an irregularity at a candle mark. You're like, something was weird at 10:01. You would just simply go to 10:01. You would copy and paste or add up. You don't have to copy and paste. I just find it easier to put it all into an Excel spreadsheet. You would just copy and paste all the way through that time interval you're looking at, whether that's a 1 minute, a 2 minute, a 3 minute, or 5 minute. You'll just go through. You go through and process all that. Hold on one second, guys. Hey, what's up? Corey. Okay. Is there an Onyx site? No. Oh, sorry. I'm in all caps. Onyx. I don't know why I'm typing this, Alicia. You're listening. Okay, so Onyx doesn't have a site yet. Onyx is going to be a software that, if you're familiar with Ortex is a website. The problem with having a website is, okay, Corey, I'm YouTube live right now. What's up? I'm live right now, so go ahead and I just retweeted the thing out. All right. Okay, sounds good. Bye. Sorry, my little brother wants to watch the live. He's like, "When are you going?" They were just out here visiting me. So Ortex being a website, it is a lot more vulnerable. As far as security goes, Onyx is not just going to report data. It's going to show market manipulation, shares that are missing, volume that's unaccounted for. So we needed to take that security level of Onyx to that next level. So, and Alicia as well, you can upload all this from NASDAQ. That's exactly where I extract all that data. I just see that you put gotcha. I'm sorry, my comment feed is slightly delayed from you guys. Just kind of like the video from me to you is slightly delayed. But yes, keep asking questions. Everybody that's interested, there's that link I posted up here. It's NASDAQ market activity. Click on that. I'm just basically going through and showing you how we find the naked shorts or we find missing volume. Like I said, I used to do this all by hand. I would copy and paste everything, every time stamp. I mean, you guys can already see how much work this is to do this. Which is why I am glad to do it for the ape community. I will never complain about doing it because I enjoy helping all the apes out because that's what it's all about. We're all family here. How did I learn to do this? Okay, so Tiago, how I learned how to do this is I was listening to Trey and Matt's videos, just kind of like how most people found out about AMC and started getting into the DD side. And I noticed that nobody was talking about options. And what most people don't know about options is they actually can, they influence the price of the stock. The reason they influence it is they are associated with volume. So if you buy one call option, that's 100 shares that you're buying the right to own if it falls in the money. On the flip side, if you buy a put, that is you giving the right to sell 100 shares if it is in the money at a certain price. So those 100 shares have to be accounted for. They have to be hedged for because they have to be able to cover those 100 shares. We're not talking about covering shorts. We're talking about covering call options. So if you get a huge options push, a lot of contracts are in the money or falling in the money, you will get a huge volume spike. Everybody remembers when we hit 70, it was 71.26 or something like that on the 2nd of June. That was a gamma squeeze. Gamma squeezes are a direct reflection and cause. It's a cause and effect of options. Anyways, so I started following the options, and it just, continued asking questions and, asking questions to myself. Why is it like this? How can I find this? And I just started looking places, and pretty soon I stumbled onto the real-time data, and then I started adding that up and extracting that information and realized that it's inconsistent. It's not accurate. And so I was like, well, that's not right. Why is it like this? I wonder if it's like this across other platforms. So I would then go and look at other platforms to verify what I'm seeing. And I was starting to find that there's inaccuracies all over the place. So how did I really learn how to do this? It was by pure accident. A lot of late nights, a lot of coffee. What questions you guys got for me? Otherwise, I'm going to keep trucking on showing you guys how to where all this stuff comes from. And at any time, if I'm just trucking along and you got a question, don't be scared to ask. If you need me to explain something a little better, I will. Okay. And so after we go through the real-time data, okay, that's cool and all. Okay, we're through the real-time data. We're actually now going to leave NASDAQ, the website. And I'm going to go to something that unfortunately you guys can't access right now. It's called SIBO Live Volume. And this is this tracks options transactions. Unfortunately, this tracks it in real time. Unfortunately, NASDAQ does not publicly track that. So there's nowhere you can go to find it on NASDAQ. So this is one of the very, very limited third-party sources that Onyx uses without verification. And that is simply for the transaction log of calls and puts for the stock. So all I do on here basically is I go through, and this automatically extracts itself now too. It used to not. I go through and I extract all this data, and just let's see here, just in Friday alone, there was a total of 157,160 transactions of volume or of options. So that's the tick by tick. I have all the timestamps. I have what it was sold, what the dates are, yada, yada, yada. So the total amount of options volume that had taken place was 800,000, just a little over 800,000 in volume. So that's 800,000 times 100 shares that were traded in the options gamut. So, I mean, that's a big chunk, that's 80,000 share or 80 million shares, which if you were to look at our volume for the day yesterday, hold on, let me give you the most accurate information that I can. I'm going to look at yesterday. So for the 9th, we had a volume of 57 million. So as you can see, if there was more volume in call out or in options being traded than there was in actual shares being traded. We're back to 3 people. I hope my boy Tiago and Jimmy are still hanging around. Okay, so anyways, I use that SIBO live volume for tracking those options tick by ticks. Just give me 1 second here. Let me file through this real quick, and I can move on to the next thing that we do. How we refine this data in its basic abilities. Hold on, where did I go? Analytics volume. Okay, so we're gonna go over to that spreadsheet that you guys requested, and so we're gonna go to that spreadsheet, and all we're going to do is we are going to use the last price, okay, the open interest, and the strike. So it should be two columns for the call data, one column for the strike, and then two columns for the put data. And all we're going to do is I'm going to pull up my master sheet real quick. Pull up this beautiful options data. Okay, so then what you're going to do is you're just going to, I'm going to take a picture and I'm going to tweet it. So if you guys can check Twitter, I will tweet out the picture of this. That way you guys can see this. Okay, so I just tweeted it out. I tweeted it from Real Ape Nation, but I, obviously tagged Onyx in it. So you can take a look at that picture. And this picture, just shows you how I have it laid out. Anyways, look at that picture. So then we take how we start to analyze this data is you get the total value of a series of call options. You just simply take the number of contracts on open interest times the last price times 100, and it should give you a number. And that number tells you how much value is in that strike price. You can do the same on the put side. You can figure out how much value is in the puts. It's important to think of both ways, the puts and the calls, because the puts are typically a very bearish indicator, as the calls are very bullish. I prefer ape-ish, but that is what it is. That's the technical side of that. So once we go into these chart, anyways, back into the chart real quick, how we start to calculate some certain things. So like, how we figure out the average value of all the kind of like let's just go over what this stuff means. So total value, that's simply just the total value of that entire side of the options chain, whether it be calls or puts, that total value. figuring out the out of the money value is simply just anything that is, whatever the market price is, the next price up for the strip. So if it's if AMC's trading at 50, obviously 51 would be out of the money for calls. It would be in the money for puts. You would just simply add through all that. And then, I go through, Onyx adds all the contracts up, adds all the hedging prices up, adds that average contract value. People were asking, the tweet is not there. Let me check it out. Why is it not there? All right. Onyx just retweeted it itself. So it should be there. It should be a picture. Let me know if you guys can't find it again. Okay, so I'm going to explain gamma triggers real quick because I've had some questions about gamma triggers. And what a gamma trigger simply is a... Okay, thank you, Thiago. It is a indicator of an auto hedging level. Excuse me. I did not come up with a calculation for this. The calculation has been out there. It's part of the quant theory, which is what Citadel uses. So they to calculate that out, what it means when it hits a gamma trigger, when a stock goes to certain price, it will then it starts to consolidate there. It doesn't drop, doesn't give indication of downward trend, like a downward trend coming. Those computers will assume that it has reached a new platform, a new rung on the ladder, like an area where it feels safe. Those computers will then have to automatically hedge for those options, slightly over them, slightly under them. So they have to cover this little mini spread on both sides, on calls and on puts. So that's what those gamma triggers are, is they're triggers of increased volatility that can lead to ultimately a gamma squeeze. Now, to trigger a gamma squeeze, we need a ton, we need large volume of options coming into the money for the call side. Okay, so that is the basic Onyx data set in its infancy. Obviously, I calculate reverse gamma triggers as well. Onyx, I built a little bear versus bull indicator and a banana meter in Onyx. That gives us a little indication of how things should look for the day and for the week. The problem is AMC is not purely a fundamental stock. Now, if I was to apply the bull and bear meter to Apple or Microsoft, it would be a lot more accurate because those are a fundamental stock and they follow the fundamentals and traditional trading trends and rules. So AMC is just it's kind of a hard one to predict because you never know where it's going to go. All right, past that, I think I'm going to, anybody got any questions for me? Anything you guys want me to go over, dive into? Pretty sure the comments are very delayed on this, so I'm going to give it a second. I would like to know the tabs. Can you profit with my knowledge? The tabs on the spreadsheet. What the tabs are on the picture. Okay. That's just simply AMC, the days of the week. So AMC, it says AMC 7, 12, 21. That is Monday's numbers. So this gets updated, and then Monday will show up in here. GME, it's the same thing. And then AMC for Tuesday and GME for Tuesday. I keep AMC and GME grouped together, and then I group the other stocks together on a separate sheet. So all of this gets saved in different places, like different external storage devices. So for those that don't know, my computer was already hacked. So one time, and I lost. Well, they think they wiped my entire computer clean and did some pretty big damage to it. And fortunately, I had all my data backed up. Can I profit with my knowledge? Absolutely, 100%. That is why I continue going with Onyx. If I couldn't profit from it, I wouldn't have stuck with it as long as I have in the algorithmic method that I have. Another thing too, Tiago, about can you profit with it? So Onyx is actually in the phase of developing a token to crowdfund to physically go, like, actually be able to cover the whole market, and to design the software and the network architecture behind it, and the security behind it, and to get it to a full running platform with autonomous. It'll be autonomous, so it'll automatically run through all these things. Now, obviously, it will have humans will be able to verify. There's going to be a group of people that will verify all this data. So it's not just me. It's not just going to be one person. We're going to have PhDs that are there's some PhD mathematicians that we were working on this project as well. So with that token raising, what it's going to do when we raise enough funds to officially design and build Onyx the way that it to be able to handle that heavy data set and market size, is Onyx is going to, similar to Ortex, report all this data, but it's going to take it to the next step. And the development team for the token, those guys are actually, believe it or not, they're options traders. That's all they do, is trade options all the time. One of the guys was actually on the development side for Google's AI. And then one of the gentlemen was on the design team for Litecoin. So there is, there's people that are much smarter than I that are going to be part of this, and they believe in it too. So can you profit from it? Yes. Simple. Just AMC right now is the heavy focus, and we all know that AMC we have to buy and hold. Okay, I am trying to learn how to follow the flow because I see unusual whales that you can be very profit. I see unusual whales. Let me see what the last thing Unusual Whales posted. I follow Unusual Whales too. Okay, let's see what the last thing Unusual Whales put out. I love how he tracks Roaring Kitty. Okay. Let me pull this up here. And Tiago, I want you to remember that there is, a million ways to skin a cat. So, I mean, you can be profitable in several different algorithmic areas. You can, I mean, look at Warren Buffett. His theory is I'm not going to sell a company. He just buys it, doesn't sell it. So, I mean, he doesn't care about volume flow and options and all this other crap. Okay. So, one thing I'm going to say about the volume flow indicator is AMC is not a traditional stock. Neither is GME, neither is Tesla, neither is BlackBerry, Microvision, Clove, the whole list. None of them follow traditional indications, signals, fundamentals, but I'm a small fish and don't have the money to subscribe for this series services yet because I'm focusing on making more money. That is my work. So Onyx, once Onyx becomes like a full-blown software, like Ortex style, I'm trying to learn by myself. That's good. I encourage that. That's how I learn. That's how most of these apes have learned. One person I can suggest for you is Rainer Tao on YouTube. That's where Trey learned how to trade. I watched that guy's videos, and he's awesome. So, anyways, but the cost of Onyx, we are going to make it as cheap as humanly possible, and we're going to make it like to the tune of. Here, I'll post Rainer's thing in there in the. No. One second, I'll post Rainer's YouTube in there because he's awesome. So that's why I'm up at 6 a.m. and still learned. Me and you both. You must be Mountain Time. Okay. So anyway, so Onyx, we're going to try and make it as cheap as possible. The goal is to make it cost half as much as Ortex. Obviously, there's servers and there's servers that have to be paid for. There's storage that has to be paid for. There's the constant servicing the software and maintenance and security. So obviously, there's got to be money associated with it. If I can make Onyx free, I would. Pure and simple. If I could make it free, I would. But unfortunately, the amount of data processing power that it needs is not cheap. But I have here, give me 1 second. I'm going to give you guys the keys to the Ferrari. As I have told you all several times, I have nothing to hide. I am willing to, I have no problems sharing all of my sources, my resources that I have. I have no problem sharing any of it because there's no point. There's no point in hiding it. It doesn't make anybody better. So just give me 1 sec. I'm logging into my nothing is for free. Your work should be paid. I wish I could get paid right now, only for the pure fact that I don't want the money, but it would show just show some of my supporters, my backers that not that are a part of Ape Nation, but it would show some of the other people in my life that support me that I am actually getting something out of it other than congratulations and Twitter followers and likes. So even if I can make just a little bit of money to I'm still in the beginning, and I was fired from my previous job, so I started to trade for a living. Okay, give me 1 second. I'll come at that. And Alicia, yes, transparency is key, which is why I'm on here doing this right now with you guys and girls, and not doing other things. Okay, so I'm going to share with you. If you don't have Discord, I recommend getting it, because I'm about to share with you my Discord site. And the reason that I'm going to give you my Discord site is so that this has a good, like, welcome to trading. This is everything you need to know kind of thing. So if you guys go to the Discord, whenever you get a chance to go on there, go to the basics. Oh no, what happened to my basics screen? I like got wiped out. Oh, never mind. Okay, go to the new members, and then you just scroll down. There's YouTube accounts to follow. Like I said, Rainer's in there. There's YouTube accounts. There's Reddit accounts to follow. There's different platforms to utilize to trade on. I'm a firm believer that you should never have all of your eggs in one basket. If you have all of your stock money in one place, you risk losing all of your eggs. So specifically, like when it comes to cryptocurrency, I would recommend utilizing several different platforms to trade on. Voyager, if you don't have Voyager, there is Voyager gives you interest on your cryptocurrency. So you can use Voyager as a almost like a savings account. Like you think of it as like a bank. So USD coin, which has a trade value of $1 to $1 USD coin, and it always stays that way, has a 9% interest rate on Voyager the last time I checked. So over the course of a year, it's a 9% interest. Find me a bank that's going to give me 9% interest on a savings account. But they haven't. All of the cryptos have interest on them. So utilize Voyager as like a savings account, if you think about it. I like crypto.com for, they have the crypto card, which is awesome. So it's like a debit card. You can go swipe it at the store, and it converts what you have in there in crypto into dollars to spend. So that's pretty cool too. So you can actually pay, you can be out there paying for gas with your crypto. So I like that. That's pretty cool. But yes, I have kind of been slacking on my Discord, and I will get back to making it better. But for now, if you go on there, it has that new members. It has that kind of layout where to start that rabbit hole of trading. The places that you can find good stuff. Another good place is Investopia. I'm a big fan of them. It's like Wikipedia for investing, and you can just click on stuff, and you could literally spend an entire day just clicking through and reading. It's great.
This morning.
Sorry, my wife was just walking in with her breakfast and spilled her milk everywhere, and then dumped her Pop-Tarts onto the table. She just can't win today. I'll probably sleep on the couch for laughing at it, but it was kind of funny. Anyways, my wife's not that mean. But yeah, so I'm going to have to wrap things up on the stream here pretty quick, guys and girls. I have my son has an appointment this morning, so I'm going to have to wrap up here pretty soon. I'm going to give you guys, a last chance to ask any more questions that you have for me. I hope that those that have been on here and followed along got to see that there, is some transparency in this market, and the data is out there if you're willing to find it, process it, analyze it, it's out there. It's there. Naked shorts may not be physically visible, but trust me, you can find them. Yeah. Anybody got any questions? I'm gonna give you guys. Yes, thank you. Of course, thank you, Alicia, and thank you, Thiago. And I really hope that Jimmy Samsung is still hanging around. Jimmy was my first person. I don't know if Jimmy's still hanging around though. And like I said too, I recorded all of this on screen. So I will post this to YouTube later. So you can kind of see the walkthrough of everything in front of your face. Oh, I plan on it, Thiago. I plan on keep going. It's just a matter. It's just, got to keep in the fight, and got to keep this data pumping out. And the more feedback we get from this data, the better. The more feedback we get on YouTube and the podcasts and on Twitter, the better that this data becomes. Thank you, little brother Corey. Everybody, just in case, my little brother is. Good job, bro. I appreciate it, Corey. I hope y'all drive safe. Tell mom and dad, we miss y'all already. But we need to have the tools to win too. Absolutely. So Onyx is really just the nuke. That's literally the nuke for the apes to take the hedge funds out, because Onyx is literally going to report every inconsistency there is and irregularity and market manipulation. Onyx is going to find everything. Onyx is going to make the free market free. It will make the free market free again. And it's going to give the retail investors that opportunity to rise back above the institutions and these market makers, because ultimately we are in control, and we should be in control, and we should not be in the dark. So another thing too is education, educating yourself, educating others, helping others get educated on this, because if we lose that education, that passing of information on to others, then less people are involved in this, and then our numbers dwindle, and it's easier for these institutions to take back over. I don't like to talk politics, but it's the same in the politic realm. Is education is key. Oh yeah, dude, we should make money too. You're damn right, we should make money too. It's rigged. Yes, Tiago, it is rigged, but it is not unriggable. And that's what I hope that Onyx brings to the ape community, is that ability to expose everything. And I tweet the SEC all the time. So don't think I'm just posting, just posting data for no reason. I send it to the SEC all the time. I'm sure they're sick of their inbox being blasted by me, but I send them the stuff. I send them the same data set I send to you guys every day. And they haven't given me an answer yet. So that's not my problem. Somebody once told me I should do a whistleblower claim. And for those that don't know, whistleblower claims typically get paid a pretty substantial chunk of change. I was like, I'm not filing a whistleblower claim. Nothing will get changed. Nothing's going to change. If I file a whistleblower claim, yes, I would make some money, but I'm not helping out the movement at all. And realistically, the movement is the reason why Onyx has gotten legs in the first place. It's the reason why, you guys allow me to talk to you. It's the reason why I want to hear your questions. I want you to ask questions. I want you to find answers. You don't think this will really change? Okay, so I got in a space call argument the other day with some people who did not think that my opinion was very, they did not appreciate it. And the reason, but I do think small people will be able to make money too. Okay. So the reason why I said on this space call that the system will not change if we don't continue to unite together. The reason is if anybody thinks that a movie theater stock with 4 million-ish people holding together to screw the hedge funds is going to change the entire global economy, not just in not just in stocks, like the entire security market itself, government bonds, debt bonds from other countries, commodities. Like, you're crazy if you think that a movie theater chain and 4 million people are going to change the way that the manipulation happens across the board. I'm 100% on board with that. Now, how we can change it, there is a way to change it. There's 100% there's a way to change it without kicking the can down the road like they did in 2008, because they didn't fix anything. They just, we're going to kick this can down the road. And we're going to start seeing the effects of that again with the synthetic housing bubble that's being portrayed. So how do we fix this? Yes, humans are greedy. That literally happens every time. Even if the retail investors were to take over, eventually there's going to be we're going to turn into the headed monster instead of the institutions. So, and that's just basic human nature in itself. That's not saying that 100% that we're going to do that. That's just what history has shown, and history shows us what we can expect in the future. But how do we fix this on a global scale? We have to expose everything. We have to expose not just AMC and GME and Tesla and Virgin Galactic, these handful of things. We need to show on every level who is responsible for this and consistently do it, which is ultimately why I created Onyx. And I hate giving Onyx all these plugs, but it's the truth. That Onyx is going to do this on a minute basis every day. We already did that. Look what the media do to us. They call us dumb. First, I'm going to be the first one to say this, and I'm going to say this on YouTube, and I don't care. Fuck the media. The media will literally, I'm not going to get into certain things about the media because this movement is not about that. But if the media wants you to believe in something, they're going to push it so much that the masses will follow. I'm a firm believer that if the media wanted to cause a strike, we'll say like a teacher strike, all the media has to do is just push the narrative that teachers are underpaid, which we all agree they are. Let's be real. Teachers are vital to the future of this country. But all they have to do is say teachers are there. They need benefit upgrades and all this, and all they need to do is just push it on the news enough times, and eventually the teachers unions are going to be like, "Hey, you're right. We should strike." And boom, all of a sudden, there you go. The media is portraying. And what's crazy is the media is so split nowadays. I wish we could go back to the day when they just reported the news and didn't give their own personal opinions about stuff. You want to know my dream from today? I dreamed that AMC squeezed and I couldn't sell it. I don't know if I would constitute that as a dream as much as I would constitute it as a nightmare. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's any other questions or any other plugs you guys want to throw in? Anybody you want to shout out to? Whatever. Hit me up. I just got just a couple more minutes left. I also just want to say real quick that I appreciate all of you being on here. Okay. Like this is like, even though we've had a topped out at like 8 viewers, I am so appreciative of every single one of you that came on here and listened and asked questions and interacted, because this is what improves not only, you know, my side of things like the Onyx side, but this improves us as a movement, because we're interacting with one another. We're communicating constantly with each other, and different people are talking to each other. And, you know, I mean, I've been on space calls where I didn't know anybody and they're like, Ape. And I was like, what's up? I don't know any of you, but let's rock and roll. Let's figure this out. Shout out to Average Ape. That's my boy. Okay, so Average Ape, man, you know I love you. For those that don't know, me and Average Ape actually work together. Like Onyx, we work together on Onyx. Without him, the Onyx would not have a complete data set. So, huge shout out to Average and to Turbo as well. For those that don't know Turbo, huge shout out to Turbo. Turbo is really who brought me and Average together to do super nerd stuff and do massive data compilation and process and analyzing. So without Average, there wouldn't be an Onyx. So huge shout out to Average. Huge shout out. I'd also like to throw a shout out, whether, you know, like, and there's a lot of drama flying through Ape Nation right now. I don't care about the drama. I really don't. All I care about is you guys get the information that you need and the data that you need. And I don't fall into the oh, I don't like this person or this person. So I would like to give a shout out to Travis. If you guys don't know who Travis is literally an options wizard. If you ever want to learn how to trade options, Travis is the person to do it. Like, Travis is so good at teaching to a very basic level, and his analogies are amazing. I just don't have the teaching capacity that he does to break it down super simple. Now, I'm sure I could steal Travis's whole spiel because I've heard it quite a few times because I continually listen to it because it's so good. What's Travis's name? So, okay, after this, I'm going to tag, like, I'm going to do Onyx. I'm doing do it right now, actually. Onyx is going to do a tweet with the people that I'm giving the shout out to. I also want to give a huge shout out to Tara Bull. She has really given me a voice. So she has really given, she's ultimately, her and Rogue Legacy really were the ones who gave us the first opportunity to have a voice. So without them, we wouldn't be here. And it's huge. So Average, Tara, and a huge shout out to Matt Coors and Trace Trades, of course. Like, who wouldn't want to? And TMI. TMI is the man. So, yeah. Any other questions for me, guys? Yeah, Travis. Matt Coors. There's our man. At Trades Trey. Unfortunately, I do not have Rogue. For some reason, he is not showing up. Legacy. I can't seem to find him. But there's... So I just tweeted out the couple of people that I just gave a shout out to. I'd also like to give a shout out to my little brother. Dude, you're my sounding board. If you guys want, you guys should pray for his mental health. So all of this stuff that I go over on a daily basis, he gets blasted with, and he has to listen to me, and he thinks I'm crazy. So, you know, cheers, brother. Hopefully you all make it home safe. All right. I got 1 minute left, guys. Hit me up. What do you got? Quick lightning round, 60 seconds. $60 seconds. Less than that now. Once my clock hits 25, I got a boogie. Kids are up. Got to go help the wife wrangle. Got to go wrangle some kids. Rustle them? Rustle? No, that's cattle. You rustle cattle. Wrangle some kids. All right. I don't think anybody seems to be asking any questions. Oh, thanks, bro. Find a way to screen. I'm literally trying to find a way. I'm on my second set of software to do it, and I can't. It just nothing works for me on YouTube. YouTube hates me. I will try to find a way to screen share for you guys. I promise. You know what? I just realized my microphone on my screen share has been off the entire time, so it's not recording any sound. Oh my God. Oh. Yikes. All right, maybe I won't post this to the screen. Maybe I won't post it. I'll do another video about it for you guys, because otherwise you could be watching it with no music. Maybe I'll just put on Not a Dead Cat remix on loop during the video for you guys. All right, y'all. It's 8:25 Eastern time. I got a boogie. Much love, Ape Nation. Keep in the fight. And if you don't follow Onyx Analytics or at real_ape_nation or Damn Dirty Ape or Average Ape or Terra Bull or any of the people that I give a shout out to, if you don't follow them, literally like follow them. If I don't follow, so don't be butthurt if Onyx never follows you. I'm trying not to follow certain, like I'm only following very specific people for a reason on Onyx, and that's really to keep the consumption of like the what do you call it? The timeline, the news feed very low. So I try to follow everybody I can on my personal Twitter handle, and I always I run through my limit daily. So we're getting there. I'm following as many apes as I can. So, all right, everybody, much love. Have a good rest of your weekend. And tomorrow we do battle. Love y'all.